Alrighty guys, so welcome back to my channel today, and we are back with part 2 of Tiny Town. And honestly, I was like, yes, thank you, please give me part 2. So I read the comments in the last part, and honestly, you guys were super excited for this part 2. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that I finally put it out for you guys to watch, and it makes me so happy that you guys really love a project that I've been working so hard on and really passionate about, that you guys are like literally the best. And yesterday we finally hit 15,000 subscribers on this channel. Like literally yesterday. I was so pumped, I was so happy. So thank you so much for joining the Spring family, or the Spring fam, whatever you want to call it. But thank you for actually like staying with me for this long, watching my videos and just commenting and liking and sharing my videos. It makes me like so happy that you guys just do that for me. It really means a lot. So hopefully we get another 1,000 or like another 10,000. Who knows what could happen in the next, I don't know, year or so. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I want to say that this part was basically, I think I recorded this right after I finished my live stream, I believe, because I was really pumped and I didn't want to lose all my ideas that I kind of thought of so far. So this part right here is basically of me kind of doing all the like the finishing touches and adding like new shrubbery, flowering, a lot of like dirt and terrain stuff around the whole entire area. And I believe that's when I started like kind of like semi-decorating some of the buildings, but I haven't really like started decorating like the housing part and like half of like some of the other stuff as well, just because I was like kind of getting a little bit tired, and I was at the like almost the 3-hour mark of me recording this second part of this video, because it literally took me like 7 or 8 hours to build the whole entire thing together in the span of like 3 days. So yeah, on top of that, so that was pretty much what I was kind of thinking about that there. And this is like where the part I started thinking about, like, you know what, okay, you remember like the City Living trailer where we like those Sims were in like in that little tiny like festival area? I thought of that so much that I was like, I should create that in like in this tiny town. So I thought about it and I really loved it. So I used the little flag things from Get Together, and I also used this like dining area from Dine Out, of course. And I just kind of like, you know what, it's gonna be like this small little Chinese or whatever you want to call, like little dining area for your Sims to like actually eat at if they don't want to like sit in the restaurant, or just want to have like something to just grab and go, or whatever they want to do. So like this right here is like your little community street style restaurant, and you can call it whatever you want. And honestly, I was kind of happy about it too, so it was like really good. It was really good to have it right there. I was gonna add other restaurants around it, but the lot got a little bit too small, and I was like, okay, I'm cutting it short here. I need to actually like manage like how big the things are and how many things I'm gonna place around it. So I thought, you know what, we already have a restaurant, and we're going to have like a street style restaurant here. So on the side of this building right here is where I started to actually put like these different type of posters, billboards, signs, all the other things as well. Because as you know, like in like community areas, I've seen in my years of my experience, I don't know, and what I've seen that many community areas have like post-it boards, billboards, like all sorts of fun things, like they just have like a lot of papers around this one building, and or like several buildings around the community, and it kind of just tells them what's happening, what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, months, or whatever's going to happen, like sign up sheets for like dance club, art club, so there's fun things that are happening in their community that people want to get involved in. So that's what I kind of thought about that. And then when I was like in New York about 3 years ago, I believe, and my experience of like being in like the arts, like dancing, singing, acting, all the other stuff like that, I've noticed that in like buildings, inside of buildings, there's a lot of graffiti and a lot of like posters, like literally everywhere. Like even where I live, like in like near St. Louis, I go there sometimes, and I've seen like so much stuff on the walls. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this wall? What's happening? So I tried to incorporate that into this small wall. So I did add some graffiti from Get Together, some water hoses, all sorts of fun things, well, random things that I've seen before that it would be kind of cool to place on this wall. And the wall that I'm placing it on is actually the community center where people can go in, ask for information, questions, anything they need to know about the community in general, along with like there's an art studio and there's also like a music studio for your Sims to like go there and like learn stuff. And every now and then it ends up changing every like week or every month or whatever. The community itself basically, like Tiny Town basically is like a town that literally has everything. It can end up being whatever you want. It basically has like, this lot right here is like your community hub. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It literally is your community hub where you can sleep here, you can do like fun things around here or whatever you want to do. There's an art museum, there's like sculptures everywhere. It's like a fun place to like stay here and just have fun. And I want to make this into like a long series of me building like random fun things that your Sims can like actually have. And I was thinking that I want to like basically decorate each and every world for Tiny Town. Like the big lots will be like something that's really big and really that's more of a community type of thing. The small lots will be like random small community stuff that your Sims can kind of do. And every time there's like a new expansion pack or a new update or whatever there is, I kind of want to incorporate those type of things in that type of build series. So Tiny Town is going to be basically like me building stuff. So if you guys want to like have like any other ideas on what I can kind of build in like this Tiny Town series, please let me know in the comments below, because honestly I do put all your like ideas and everything into consideration, as you guys already know, and I upload every single day, so that's kind of a fun thing on the thing. So yeah, so here's the part where I started to actually start decorating the small little, what is it called, community, the things you can see on the screen. I don't know what to call it. The other buildings, not the houses, but the other buildings that I started to decorate. So the first one, if you guys can already see, I was starting to decorate the restaurant. So I couldn't find like the restaurant stuff in like the generic like lot section, so I had to like kind of switch through each and every like category for to make a lot. So I had to go to the dine out lot section area just to get the little the kitchen stuff, and then as well as like the hostess, the waiter, all the other stuff that I actually had to place for dine out restaurant stuff for that. So that's what I had to do there. And if this part's kind of short, just because it's like in 3 parts, like I said, and I wanted to make sure that it's not too long, not too short, so it's like that just right amount for you guys to watch. But if you guys have not seen part 1, if you're like kind of new to my channel and you're like new to seeing these videos, hello, my name is Steven, SpringSims here, and I upload every single day for like sim videos or just anything that's kind of like Sims related. I upload to this channel. I try to upload every single day, which I've been doing for almost a year, almost 2 years straight, and I honestly do love it so much. So if you have not subscribed already, please do, because honestly that's kind of amazing if you do and you kind of just watch my videos and kind of just like it and stuff like that. So I don't know, but anyway, like I said, I upload every single day sim videos all day, 365 days a year. Gotta love it, loving it all day every day. And if you guys did not notice, I'm kind of crazy. It's like literally 10:37 right now p.m. the time I'm recording this video. Well, voiceover, but still, at least it's not 3 a.m. like I used to do back in the day, like literally last week, whatever. But I think this is kind of fun. So I just kind of finished decorating like the library and as well as like the internet cafe, because like when I started doing the internet cafe, I was like, you know, I'm gonna put like a little bar thing that was from Get Together. And when I almost put that in, I'm like, whoa, this is too big. I am not putting that in here. When Sims come here, it's gonna be legit crowded and I cannot take it. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna add the little just the computer stuff that I can see there. But I think in part number 3 of this series of Tiny Town, what I did is that I put like the coffee stuff upstairs on the 2nd level. So you can actually see part number 3 tomorrow for you guys to watch on a Monday at, I think it's 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you guys are at that, are you like up at that time, like, so it's 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's like 10 a.m. on the other side. I don't know what other, like, I don't know what the mountain, whatever, like, time zones are. I know mine is like 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The other 2 time zones, I don't even know what those are called. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what it's called for me in the United States. But anyway, but yeah. So here's the part where I started to like do like a little small little area for, okay, the little street restaurant. In front of it is a whole bunch of plants. Legit, whole bunch of plants. So that's what I've been seeing a lot in other people's builds, and along with where I live. I've seen that, okay, we have these roundabouts, and roundabouts are literally a pain because people can't drive for the life of me. Like, people cannot drive. So roundabouts are pretty a pain, and in the roundabout of where I live, we have plants all around it. So I thought that'd be kind of a cool idea. That'd be kind of cool. So here's the part where I started to get a little bit too excited and a little bit too inspired. So at first I was thinking of making this like a little, like a clinic. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna make it a futuristic type of like building. That didn't happen. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and build a museum. And I got a lot of inspiration from Dilla Gracie when she did that one street builder. I forget the name of it. And she inspired me a lot to actually build something like this. It's like her build, but in a smaller size, but in my version of it and my own creativity and my inspiration of it. So, but I did get some inspiration from her, so that's what I kind of did there. I kind of like mixed the colors a little bit and to make it match the theme of Tiny Town, to make it look seemingly eye-pleasing, if that makes any sense. So it has to be eye-pleasing. It has to be pleased to the eye, make sure people can actually see it good. It stands out from the rest of the other buildings and make sure it looks great to other people. I don't know, but in this building, it's an art museum, so it has a bunch of like sculptures along with some other like paintings that other like local artists have made in the sim community. So not really in the Sims community, but like in my, I try to make stuff okay, if you guys not know, I try to make stuff real, and that's kind of hard for me, but not really, because I do a lot of storytelling on my own behalf, but still, because my life is crazy. But I technically try to make it sound real. So this building is basically like an old building. Like when this lot was made, basically this building right here was basically set in stone on this building, and it's been here for about 30 years or so, or about 40 years or whatever. And this building was quite old. It was pretty much on the verge of like literally on the peak of being destroyed and being broken down into like something else, like into like a parking lot as usual, as people see, or a shopping center or whatever. And what this one person did is that they basically had the idea of wanting to basically renovate it and keep its structure up and keep it maintained. So what they did was that they basically hired a contractor, hired a bunch of painters to paint this little area just to make it look new and improved and looks very good and eye-pleasing. So they painted it red, yellow, blue, and green all around the building to make it look cool. But some parts of the building is actually a little bit too old and a little bit too fragile to actually renovate or touch. But they were careful with it. So what they kind of did is they installed some windows around it, and as well as a bathroom on the 3rd floor of the building. And what is kind of left of the building is that there's some sculptures that were actually there. And what they kind of did before it got destroyed is that they kind of put this like barrier around it and kind of kept it isolated, kind of like mostly like cooled down. So like in this one area of the building is where it's like it has a barricade, and that barricade keeps it cool away from people who can't really like breathe on it or touch it. So it has like this little cone strip mark police thing over it. So that's what it has there. And honestly, I don't want that painting or that sculpture to get destroyed. So I kept it like that. I didn't want to ruin it at all. I didn't want people to like ruin the perfect of it. So if that makes any sense, I try to make stuff good. I don't know, but there's a sculpture there. There's about a sculpture, a couple of crystals, and a bunch of like other, and a nice sculpture there, like about 2 sculptures and a couple of crystals that are kind of separated from the rest of the building. So yeah, So here's a little parking garage that I started kind of doing, and I didn't know what I was going to do with this parking garage at first. I thought I was going to tear the whole thing down. I hated it from the start, but then it started to grow on me. And in the third part of this build, I kind of wanted to like put stairs, like not stairs, but like a downward slope. It didn't work that way in part 3, which you'll watch tomorrow if you still do. But yeah, and I started to go ahead and start painting every single wall around this whole entire lot to make it look clean and everything as well. And I started to do the layout of each and every building. So, and these are like semi-apartment buildings. They are pretty much all the same at the bottom level of the at the first level of the build of these apartments are basically all the same. But on the second level of all the buildings, they are pretty much different. At first, I started to make them all the same because I wanted to make them all the same. But then I realized, you know what? No, every person has their own different personalities and their own styles. So I thought, I'm going to make every single bedroom a little bit different, a different shade of color, a different pattern, make it just look different for people to have in their house. So like one is like a DJ, one's like a bookworm, one's like a newlywed, something like of the sort that looks different. So that's what I kind of did there for all and every building. I'm trying to explain the most of it like I did in you'll see the majority of like how I wrapped up everything in part 3. So that's why I'm kind of explaining a little bit more in this part. So you'll be prepared for the next part to see what you guys will see. But yeah, like I said, I kind of used every single pack except spooky stuff because I don't feel like using that in like a happy town. No need for it. I want to make this town look amazing. And like I said, I got inspired from Planet Coaster along with the new expansion pack City Living. You can actually pre-order City Living on Origin, and I think it's on Amazon as well. So I will link those 2 links down below. I will link the Origin link down below for you guys to actually go ahead and pre-order it. It will come out on November 1st and November 3rd in some other region of the country of the world. So November 1st is, I think, the United States and some other place, but in November 3rd is everywhere else. So if you have not pre-ordered it, you should, because literally if you have not seen the trailers, you literally should look at it. I've seen that trailer about 50 billion times, and I honestly do love it a lot, so it's kind of like my pride and joy, so I cannot wait to actually play it myself. And I'm actually going to Sims Camp at EA Redwood Shores to actually test out the game myself. So yeah, I feel quite honored to actually be going to Sims Camp for the 2nd time in a row this year. I'm really honored and really happy about it, so I can't wait to meet all the gurus and all my other friends that have been invited to actually test it out. So, and I will link down the Twitter list of who all is going, so if you guys want to check out the description below, I will also link that down below. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts and suggestions. All the screenshots will be at the end of part 3, so comment and subscribe. Please share this video to all your friends and family and all your sorts of relatives in the world, and I will see you guys all in part number 3 next time. Bye!